y'all, it's Pam with 44 Marketplace and Creative Finishes by Pam, and it's Monday night at 8 o'clock. So I am here. I am sitting down, which is not something you'll see me do very often, but it's been a very long, hot day here in Georgia. So I am going to sit and do this live for you guys tonight. And tonight I'm calling my live Let's Clean Up Your Drawers, because a lot of pieces that I look at, I am really shocked when I look at them because they've got really bad looking drawers. They, you know, it's a chest of drawers or something like that, and it's got writing in the bottom of it. There's just any number of things. So tonight, that's what we're going to talk about. One of the things we're going to use is the airbrush. My lighting was off the last time I used it, and I had several people message me. So we're going to do this tonight, and the first thing we're going to talk about is this mid-century modern drawer. Actually, this is not the first thing we're going to chit-chat about. We're going to chat about another one of the drawers that came out of this piece. It is a beautiful mid-century modern piece that I have started working on, and I'm going to show you guys. You can see how beautiful the wood is in this drawer. But you can also see that I've done half of it with Big Mama's butter and half of it not. And really what I like to use is to wet sand it, or I'll use a Scotch-Brite pad. And I prefer the orange. It is Amazeballs. I absolutely love it. But when you've got drawers that look this beautiful on the inside, there is absolutely no reason to have paint over this. I mean, it's beautiful wood. It's fabulous. So you definitely don't want to paint over that. So there you go. I did want you guys to see though, and sometimes you may even want to save the sides of this. I like to do a little something with the sides of mine because it's another little surprise when you open the drawer. I mean, it's amazing how great a difference it makes just doing some little something. While I'm thinking about it, you guys need to let me know who your local Dixie Belle retailer is. I've had a lot of people reach out to me saying they didn't know who it is, and you can look it up at DixieBellePaint.com. But if you have a local retailer, they are invaluable. So let me know who yours is. Give them a shout out, because that way maybe somebody else may not know that they're there. Tell me where they are. That will be great. And they probably have Big Mama's butter. And it comes in two sizes. This is the 4 ounce, and it also comes in a 10 ounce. It comes in Orange Grove, which is my favorite. It comes in unscented for those who are very sensitive to smells, and it also comes in Suzanne's Garden, which is a floral, so it's awesome. But typically what I do, I'm going to show you guys right quick. Typically what I do is I take my Scotch-Brite pad, I get a little bit of the butter on there, and I just work it into the finish. Now this is after I've already cleaned everything up, but not only does this reinvigorate the wood, it also makes it smell fabulous. And after I do that, typically I wipe back over to get rid of any residue. And even later, I'll go back and wipe it again just to make sure, because I don't want to leave any residue in the drawers when I'm doing them that, you know, might get on somebody's clothes or something like that. All right, so that is Big Mama's butter, and that's what it looks like. Most of the retailers have it. It came out, it was released in June, and it is Amazeballs. I got to tell you guys, it is amazing. Okay, so now we're going to get to what everybody's been asking me about, my airbrush set. This is my airbrush that I use. It has 6 colors loaded all the time, and I like bold colors, so you guys can tell. I think I have peony, I have a mixture of tree frog green, I have cobalt, I have a mixture of lucky lavender, pearlescent glaze, and amethyst. I have my gold, which seems to have gone AWOL, gold digger, and then I also have a mixture of moonshine metallics with my daisy, so that I have a little shimmer to everything. And I will tell you, a lot of times when I put my colors into the airbrush for my detail work, or whether I'm doing the sides of drawers or whatever it is that I'm doing, I always like to have a little shimmer here and there. So I'm going to just give you guys a heads up. I can't tell you the exact color all the time because a lot of times I go back in and I'll add the Moonshine Metallics. I love Steel Magnolia, Gold Digger. I love all of those. And sometimes I'll put the glazes in. I'll put some pearlescent. I know I have pearlescent in with the lavender and the amethyst. So that way when you see them, they really look good. So I'm going to show you while I was waiting to go live today in a nice cool atmosphere. I sprayed this one, and I'm going to give you guys a heads up how I set up my drawers before I do all this. All right, so you can see this is a Stick and Style Prima, and this one is Cornell Garden. I really love this stencil, and for those of you who haven't seen them, they come on a roll. And if I can find the end, they come on a roll, and you just roll it out and use however much you want. And if you have a narrow drawer, you can just put it right in the center. When my drawer's a little wider, I'll put my strip in the center, and then I put one on each end. But then to make sure that I don't get overspray in my drawers, I always add painter's tape on each end and over the top. And then I use 3M film to cover up the top of the drawer. That way I don't get any overspray on there. And another thing, the new Prima redesign tool for doing your transfers, I love that to get my little Stick and Style nice and even, get all the air bubbles out and everything like that. So now we're going to spray one, but I'll show you. It kind of looks like a hot mess when you're spraying it. So it is really kind of messy, but then when you get to take it off, that's what you have. You have something that looks very tie-dyed, which I love, and I know that's probably old school for a lot of people, but it's very tie-dyed. It gives a lot of personality. This is where the white areas meet, but to me, it looks great when you do that. And then you can take all of your tape off and everything like that. So now that's what we're going to recreate here, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Like I say, I do have, my airbrush sprayer has 6 colors loaded all the time. So that way I'm not changing and everything like that. They're very easy to use. I hope my compressor doesn't come on. I just use a little pancake compressor with it. But we're going to start with some peony, and we're just going to add just a little bit. And you just put as much or as little as you like. And you can make it dark. I don't have mine mixed up real light because if you follow me, you know I like some bright colors. And you don't have to be precise with it because you've got the Stick and Style stencil. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you got the Stick and Style stencil. All right, so now we've got a little bit of the pink, and I layer the colors, so it takes me a few minutes. But this is the peony. Sorry. Sorry, that thing is loud, 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 but it propels it very well. All right, so we've already got our yellow on here. Now we're going to go back in. Now you can layer as much or as little as you like. I like to go through and put all of my colors on once, but then I like to go back in. And sorry, I'm not used to do it. I'm used to it being right in front of me when I do it, so it's a little awkward doing it at an angle. but it's, you can see, you just want to get a little bit on there. Now, usually the last color that I apply is my Gold Digger. I've got something coming loose because I've moved this drawer around so much. Sorry. All right. We're going to put a little bit more of our Licky Lavender down here. And now you can make this any color you want. You can use any of the stick and style stencils that you like. I just happen to really like this one, and most of them you don't really think of flowers with mid-century modern, and that's my goal, is to do something unexpected. I don't want to do what everybody expects there to be, and typically with mid-century modern, you don't use that. So we're going to put a little bit of gold over the top of this. Pearlescent is another one that I really like to use. This is the Gold Digger. You can see I'm just going to give it a little push over it. And I don't know if you guys are used to using airbrushes, but basically you press down and pull back. Pressing down opens it up so that the product flows through, and pulling back decides how much product is going to come through, how much air is coming through. With this hub, they're all powered by one compressor, so it really works out well. It's real easy to use. It's not expensive. You can get their little coupon, and it really doesn't cost you much. It's great to use on detail work on your furniture. It really is a cute way. And like I say, I kind of like the whole tie-dye feel of it. And I added Silver Bullet in here with my, can't even think of the color. Come on, guys. What is our bright blue color? I'm sorry, my brain is gone. Okay, so you can see what a hot mess this looks like. After you spray it, it really gets a lot of different colors on there. Now, you can also use these stencils if you just want to take sponges. I've done makeup sponges and put on here. You don't have to add the extra piece at the bottom and the top. A lot of times, if it's pretty close to the top or pretty close to the bottom, I'll just put a piece of painter's tape at the top and the bottom. And that way it works out great, and it doesn't bleed over the edges, and I just have a strip of flowers, or there's several of the stick and style stencils that you can really use. You can use these on the front of drawers or whatever. My thing is, I really like to do something kind of fun and funky on the sides, because a lot of the pieces that I do, it's a very conservative area where I live, so a lot of the pieces are drop cloth or something like that, which is what the side of this drawer started as, was drop cloth. And sometimes just because a piece is drop cloth on the outside doesn't mean you can't be something funky on the inside. So we're going to show you, we're going to unveil what we just did. All right, so it only took just a very, very few minutes to do that. And we got our stick and style stencil, and look at this. Now, instead of just having a boring drawer when you open your piece that is painted drop cloth, you have something awesome. It looks amazeballs, and it's not boring. And also, you do have to thin this down a little bit for your airbrush guns, but I use this product, Createx Colors. It's water-based, so everything is a water cleanup. Like I say, everything runs off the same hub, and it's real easy to use, and you saw just how quick. It takes me longer to prep my drawers, to put my tape on and put my stencil on, than it does for me to actually spray the drawers normally. Typically, I get all of my drawers ready before I begin spraying. That way, it's just get them all ready and boom. So basically, what I use to do the drawers is I have to have a stick and style stencil. I do use the 3M film, and I use 3M painter's tape. So if you guys decide to try it, like I say, my airbrush hub came from Harbor Freight, and I want to say it's like a little over $100, and it comes with the guns, it comes with the caps, and everything like that. A lot of people have reached out to me and wanted to know about it, so that's why I did it tonight. If you guys have questions, I'm sorry I had to film with my phone tonight, so I'll have to go back and answer the questions after I get to a computer, because I have to have glasses to see. But if you guys have questions about it, like I say, this is Dixie Belle paint run through our airbrush gun, and we cleaned up our drawers, and we used our Big Mama's butter. and we used Orange Grove today. But it also comes in unscented, which you can put your own scent in with essential oils. I know a lot of people have been doing that, which is a great thing to do. And it also comes in Suzanne's Garden. Now, again, this is the 4 ounce, but it does come in a 10 ounce, which is a little more economical if you're going to be using a lot of it. But it does come in a 4 ounce if you just want to try it. If you have questions, let me know. I will be around all evening because I've got to finish this Mid-Century Modern tonight. And keep in mind, these things are very, very sticky. They stick to everything. So once you use them, make sure and throw them away. Otherwise, they stick to everything on your work table. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Oh, and before I forget, have you guys heard the latest news? That we are going to have a stop here in Atlanta for the Belle and Beau Tour. We are going to have a stop in New Jersey on November the 3rd, and on January the 18th, we're going to be here in Atlanta near me. We are going to be at the International Horse Park in Conyers for our stop. We're going to have 6 instructors. Brush by Brandy is going to be in Edison, New Jersey, and we haven't told you who the 6th instructor is going to be in Atlanta. So while you guys are watching this video, I want to hear who you think it's going to be. Keep in mind, it is going to be a Belle and Beau Tour stop in Atlanta. Who is it going to be? You know who the 5 instructors are that are going to be in Edison, New Jersey and in Atlanta. It's me, Dustin Van Fleet, Heather from Grace on Broadway, Dew Dodson from Dew Dodson Designs, and Fiona DeBale. So who else could we have with us in Atlanta? That's what I want you guessing on here. And I will be reading comments as soon as this is finished up, as soon as I get finished doing the rest of these. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys, and y'all have a great evening.